Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Tutankhamun, and this is published by 25th Century Games and designed by Reiner Knizia.
Alright, you guys, be sure to hit that subscription and that notification button so that way we can see all of our freshest videos as they come out. Alright, you guys, this is Tutankhamun. This is a basically a re-implementation or a reprint of original versions of Tutankhamun from Knizia. This one has upgraded bits, some streamlined rules, some new two-player rules, some extra god tiles. Let me show you how the whole thing plays. Alright, here's our setup for Tutankhamun. Over here we have our underworld tile. This is basically more or less a discard pile. We have our ships that are going to be roaming all along the Nile, picking up these various artifacts and god tiles. Then ultimately we have King Tut's tomb. This is the box. Has a sweet sarcophagus with this gold foil on it. Really nice. But also, the outer kind of track here is our score track right on the box itself. So the tiles are going to look something like this. They're basically going to have a number on them and a symbol. This one means basically that there are two of this particular tile on the river. And if you have the majority of these, you're going to get 2 points. Same thing, there's 4 of them out there, as well as it's worth 4 points. Then we've got 6, and we have 8, same thing. These ones are a little different. These are the rings. There are 10 of these. Now, normally you need to get a majority to score with these other ones. This one, as soon as you take one of these rings, you immediately score 1 point. However, at the end, once all 10 rings have been collected, or there's no more left in the Nile, then the person who has the most is going to get a bonus 5 points. Then we also have various god tiles as well. They all give you different special abilities. You have a little card here that kind of basically lays them all out for you, what they all are. It's two-sided. And then also, there is a kind of a mini expansion that has a few more extra gods as well. They all give you special abilities to kind of help you out, give you the tiles that you want. You actually start with a number of points. You're trying to get those points down to 0. So in a 2-player game, it's 30 points. We both have 30 points here. We're going to be kind of ticking away, getting negative points until we get back to 0. The first person to get back to 0 is going to be declared the winner. In a 3-player game, everybody has 28 points, so on and so forth, until all the way down to a 6-player game. Everybody starts with 18 points, trying to get down to 0 points. On your turn, you are going to select a tile anywhere on this chain. You can go as far forward as you want. However, if you want to go backwards later, you can only go backwards 1 spot. So let's say we're this black ship here. We can go there. We'll take that, put it in front of us. And now we're going to try to collect a lot of those so we can get that 8 points. Now there is tiebreakers. If you have second place, you'd get 4 points. So basically everything is kind of cut in half if you get second place. Same thing with the 6-point tiles. If you have second place in those, you're going to end up getting 3 points. All right, so now it's the yellow player's turn. Maybe they want to get this one right here. So they're going to start collecting those. However, once there is no ships behind, all these tiles here, these extra ones, they're all going to go into the underworld tile. Now, for instance, I have one of these 8s here, but now there's also another one of them over there. So that means there's only 6 more of them out here on the Nile. So you're trying to get a majority of the ones that are available. Maybe even try to purposefully send some over there to kind of expedite the collection of those. All right, now when my turn back onto black, I have the option of, again, going forward anywhere I want, or I can go backwards 1 to get this one. So let's do that, get its whatever its special ability is. We'll reference our cards. This particular one says, extend the river by moving up to 2 artifact tiles from the underworld to the end of the Nile closest to the tomb. So I'd be able to kind of pluck out 2 of those tiles from the underworld and put them kind of up here at the beginning of the chain. On yellow's turn, they might skip all the way ahead up here and grab this tile. And let's say maybe they already have the second one of this tile. So what's going to happen is they're going to get the 2 points and move ahead on the score tracker. All the god tiles that have been used, as well as all the tiles that have been scored, get put there in the tomb as an offering or whatever. It also kind of decorates the board even more, makes that tomb look even cooler. Now, if black wanted, they could jump all the way up, somewhere up here. And then again, everything that's behind the last person is going to drop off at the end of their turn. So that way it's going to basically continually just get shorter and shorter and shorter. Again, those god tiles might do some special abilities. But basically, the game is going to end once one person is all the way back to 0. If no player is able to get their marker all the way back to 0, then basically what's going to happen is whoever is further back on the track of the Nile is going to be declared the winner. That's kind of the tiebreaker for the whole game. Let's say with one of these 4 tiles, when these get scored, I've got 2 and Bethany's got 2. So we both got 2, so we're both the winner. What's going to happen is it's not divided up or anything like that. Whoever is further back on the track is going to get the 4 points. Whoever's further ahead is only going to get the second place 2 points. Now, there is also a 2-player variant where basically all the tiles that are in the underworld also get counted when comparing first and second place. So let's say on one of those larger ones like this one, this has 6 tiles. Let's say I've got 3 of the tiles. Bethany has 1 of them. So normally what would happen is I would get first place, she would get second. But if the underworld has 2 of them, thus collecting all 6 of them, then the underworld would actually not only score any points, but they would take that second place prize, thus booting Bethany out, so she did not get the second place points. So even though this looks like a racetrack, it is not a race to get to the front of the line. It's a race to get to 30 points, or whatever the point threshold is for your number of players. And remember, whoever's further back along the Nile is actually going to break ties.
The components on this are like way overdone. I mean, but I like it. Trust me, I like it. Like the cardboard is like this thick for the tiles.
That's an exaggeration, but not much.
And then there's this sarcophagus that you don't even need.
It doesn't play any...
It doesn't do anything, but you get to put it in the box, while you're throwing all the tiles.
It looks amazing and it feels amazing.
It's so much fun. And even that little tile where you can put, the extra pieces, and you don't need
your
that.
discard pile, essentially, is all it is. But
it's a discard pile, but they give you this little board and these little things to put on it. They didn't need to do any of that, but I am, happy they did.
Your turns, they were super clear what you could do. Basically, you could just jump ahead, go wherever you wanted, or you could go backwards from where you are.
And that's it.
Those are your choices, and basically it was just incredibly clear. There was no, weird stuff about what a turn looked like. Maybe if you got a god tile, you'd have, do something with it that was an extra action or some other effect. But really, it was incredibly clear. Every turn was just go move your person, move your ship down the Nile.
Move your ship down the Nile or up the Nile.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of those god tiles, I really liked them a lot. The first time I played, I definitely didn't utilize them. I was just trying to figure out, what the game is all about. But then when we played afterwards, all the plays after that, I was like, sometimes I wouldn't think about strategy as much as wanting to use as many god tiles as I possibly could.
Well, without strategy, it was still very competitive.
Yeah, it was. It was always a really close game. And I would just always play with the Pharaoh's Gift expansion. It adds, 3 more god tiles, I think? Mm-hmm. 3 more different types of tiles. It was just so much fun being able to use that to manipulate the board, which I did a lot. You can manipulate the discard, you can manipulate the board, you can add things, take away things. I loved that.
This is an incredibly simple game, right? The rules are very clear. The scoring is very clear. It's very simple, and in a way that makes it just very easy to teach. This is a game that I can teach to our daughters, to a family member who's not a gamer. You bring it to a game night and then just have it be a filler, because it's just there's still satisfaction there, but the rule set is nothing. There's the rules are so fast to learn, which is one of the Knizia trademarks is just satisfying game with a very low rule set.
So overall, I enjoyed this game and I thought it was fun. I thought that, like what Ryan said, it was a really good entry-level game. This was a great game to introduce to people who aren't necessarily gamers. With that said, and this is where we will be a house divided, I think for me personally, this game has a shelf life. I feel like there's only X amount of plays I can play of this game before I'm kind of over it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Great little entryway game. But I think for me, there is only so many plays I'm going to be able to get out of it.
I disagree, and I think the reason is when we were playing it, in preparation for this, the first couple times I played it, we were just kind of going down the Nile and just taking tiles however we wanted, and then seeing how the scoring landed at the end. And then the more we played it, the more there was these really subtle strategies that were starting to develop. Jumping ahead, going backwards, jumping little jumps, and when the timing of all that was just really important, and which ones you got majorities in, and you started to see these ways that you can manipulate things more and more, and that became for me at least, very enjoyable. And I started to see, how there would be more replayability, because I was worried about the same thing until I started to discover that. So it's not super apparent, but the more you play, the more you're going to start to see that. It was simple, but it was meaningful. it was a gorgeous presentation too. I mean, like I said, the whole thing is laid out. It just looks fantastic. This is a game that I think that people are going to like. I think it's going to go, the overproduction is the direction that the hobby's been going for a long time, and it's going to keep on going, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us on Facebook, we're Ryan Bethany Board Game Reviews. On Twitter, we're Ryan Bethany 1, and on Instagram, we are Ryan and Bethany.
All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.